And by my opinion, this idea is a spit in the face of all football lovers and our society as well. So we will not allow them to take it away from us.
Football, they will go in depth on that huge talking point and the impact it has had on the title race and relegation as well. So now I feel that even an hour and a half build-up still isn't enough to talk about everything from the weekend, especially what happened at the London Stadium, and talk in depth about that VAR controversy. Tell us what we can expect tonight.
Well, yeah, we've been looking at it all morning, as you'd expect. And as I said, because it wasn't just about, you know, the top of the table, it had an effect on so many other teams. And I actually said before the weekend, it feels like the biggest game of the season because it affected 4 teams. So it could have went either way, I suppose. People are seeing it differently. And yeah, we'll get into that. But there was a lot more in the game as well. It wasn't just about that one decision. It was, you know, a fascinating watch.
Could that go down in history? You know, we look back at the Aguero moment, for example. Will that go down as one of those big moments, do we think?
If Arsenal win the league,
yeah.
Which I think I said last week, if they win at West Ham, they win the league. So, but they've got a really favourable fixture, I think, coming next, Burnley at home, and then, yeah, they've got a game away at Crystal Palace. Obviously, it's not easy.
You talked about some of the other sort of big moments in that game as well. Obviously, you'd be looking at the Trossard winner, but even before that, the David Raya save. Some people could say Fernandes, he could have maybe taken a touch less.
It's not just this season. It's the call to bring him in, and it wasn't universally popular. The former coach of David Raya at Brentford, I think, moved to Arsenal. So probably gave him a little bit of an insight how good a goalkeeper he was, but he's been a revelation. He's certainly won that battle. He's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League and arguably one of the best. Well, he's definitely one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He could certainly have that mantle.
Won the Golden Glove, hasn't he, this season?
UEFA has reportedly stepped in following the explosive controversy surrounding the disallowed late goal in the clash between Arsenal and West Ham United, a decision that has sent shockwaves across the football world. The drama unfolded during Arsenal's tense Premier League encounter with West Ham when the Hammers believed they had scored a crucial equaliser in the dying moments of the match. However, after a lengthy VAR review, the goal was ruled out for an alleged foul on Arsenal goalkeeper David Raya. The decision immediately sparked outrage among West Ham players, fans, pundits and rival supporters, many claiming Arsenal had been saved by controversial officiating. Reports now suggest that UEFA officials are closely reviewing the performances of the referee team and VAR officials involved in the incident after the backlash reached international level. The controversy has intensified discussions about the consistency of VAR decisions across European football, with several former referees and football legends openly criticizing the handling of the situation. According to reports, VAR officials spent several minutes examining contact inside the penalty area before instructing the on-field referee to review the incident on the pitch side monitor. After the review, the goal was overturned, with officials concluding that West Ham's attacker impeded Raya's ability to challenge for the ball. The incident has become one of the biggest talking points of the season because of its potential impact on the Premier League title race. Arsenal's narrow victory allowed them to strengthen their position at the top of the table, while West Ham were left furious over what they believed was a legitimate goal. Even former players and managers have weighed into the debate. Legendary goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel blasted the decision publicly, insisting the officials got it so wrong, while several pundits argued that similar physical battles in the penalty area are often ignored every weekend. Meanwhile, PGMOL chief Howard Webb defended the officials and insisted the correct decision was made based on the laws of the game. Webb explained that Raya was clearly being held and prevented from making a proper attempt to claim the ball. The controversy has once again reignited calls for major VAR reforms, with many fans demanding more transparency and accountability from referees. Some analysts believe UEFA's involvement could lead to stricter reviews of officiating performances in future high-profile matches, especially with European competitions entering their decisive stages. Social media also exploded after the final whistle, with clips of the incident going viral within minutes. Thousands of fans debated whether Arsenal were unfairly protected by VAR, while others argued the officials simply followed the rulebook correctly.